Hey everybody on YouTube, I'm Owen, and this is not a movie or game review, but rather this is something that's been rolling around in my head for a few months, and I want to share it with you guys, and I want to know what you think. So, over the summer, I was playing Telltale's The Walking Dead, which is awesome. By the way, I'm savoring the last chapter, though, and later on, I ordered The Quarry, and I really enjoyed the game. I don't know if a lot of people liked it, but I actually enjoyed it. And I noticed with Supermassive games and Telltale games, they kind of operate under the same mechanics of a narrative-based gameplay where the story's tailored based on the choices you make with multiple outcomes. And gathering that I'm an Alien fan, like a big Alien fan and Predator fan, um, this rolled around in my head, and I want to know what you guys think. What if Supermassive Games and or Telltale Games did an Alien game of their own? Imagine being the director of your own Alien story and the choices you make, the road you take, the you know, the characters like based on your split second choices has so many outcomes and the story changes based on what you do in the game, which results in so many different endings. Maybe a couple good ones, but a whole lot of bad, bleak ones. But wait a minute, why stop there? What if in the beginning of the game, based on whatever choices you make, you unleash a different xenomorph that results in so many different outcomes? Imagine one choice leads you to giving birth to the alien drone, or big chap we call him, or one of your characters breathes in one of the motes from Alien Covenant and gives birth to a neomorph, or someone ends up being infected with a pathogen from Prometheus and ends up as a mutant like Fifield in the Blu-ray deleted scene, or a face hugger latches onto an animal that's in your care on the station, which gives birth to the runner alien from Alien 3. Is that it? Oh no. What if one of the choices you make, one of the other characters ends up with a face hugger and gives birth to the queen? And throughout the story, you have to figure out how to get rid of this thing or try to beat it. And as she's growing, she becomes more difficult for you and your characters to handle, which leads to a terrifying confrontation with her at the end, which does require some action play. I mean, that concept, I would pay big bucks for Supermassive or Telltales to do. And because I think Alien as a property, it would be perfect for both companies because they're both narrative based, game developers. And Alien people are more focused on the narrative than the action. And I think that would be perfect for both of them. Now, the difference between Telltales and Supermassive is their style. With Telltale Games, the developers behind The Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, Jurassic Park, and Batman, theirs is more bit cartoonish, and their art style, it's like they stripped pages out of a comic book and brought it to life in video game form. It's like they come out kind of cartoonish, which it's like it would look cool, but I think people would probably lean away from that. They prefer something more realistic. But the thing with Telltales is with their game mechanics, you have a choice to redo a certain part of an episode. If you screw it up and you want to do something different, you actually have the option to rewind that part and do it all over again and do something different. Now, with supermassive games, They prefer more hyper realistic characters, graphics, and environments, and they prefer like moody atmospheres, and it looks more like a movie than something out of a comic book. Plus, they prefer to use real actors to create digital skins of and have them mocapped for the performance. So it brings out the rich character interaction out of actual actors and not just voiceover. However, with supermassive games, if you make a mistake, it's finalized, which means you can't undo the mistake that you made. It stays that way. And the only way to undo it is you have to start the game from the beginning all over again, in which nobody wants to do that. So, in order to, you could unlock that setting, but you have to beat the game first. Then you get the option to do that. It'd be kind of cool to see it from a different, like see how the game tailors out at first, and then you see the other options you could do. Especially with director's chair, which I love that setting in the quarry. It was awesome. However, Supermassive Games has touched up on Alien before as a DLC for their game Dead by Daylight. So they're familiar with the property, but it'd still be kind of interesting to see like a full game set in that universe. Honestly, I think if they brought out the best of each other and they collaborated and created their own Alien game, I think that would be a multi award winning masterpiece. I mean, we've seen all the Alien games. We've played all the they've been first person shooting that game to death. And then they did RPGs that never got developed, a strategy game, which that's Dark Descent. I've yet to play that one. And now we have a virtual reality one on the way. So it is possible that they could do an Alien game that's more narrative based. So if they ever do that somewhere down the road, I would be super psyched to play those. Whether separately or collaboratively, I would be excited. So I know that most people would probably lean more towards Supermassives because it's more realistic. But I would try both of them anyway to see like how they bring their uniqueness into the Alien universe. So what do you guys think? Do you like the idea? Do you think that sounds boring? Let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe. Please.